Scars to Stars, an annual event organized by the Kenya Network of Cancer Organizations 𝐊𝐶𝐞 and partner organizations, marks Breast Cancer Awareness Month every October. It's a day dedicated to giving hope to survivors and inspiring those still fighting the battle. Each year, breast cancer survivors take to the runway, modeling not just fashion, but resilience, courage, and life itself. Their message is powerful. Even after the pain, there is still strength, beauty, and purpose. From the headgear category, showcasing creative ways to embrace life after hair loss, to the sports and dinner segments that celebrate wellness and sisterhood, this year's event carried one clear message: there is life after cancer.
This event is to celebrate people, ordinary people who have gone through extraordinary challenges. As we all know that there are so many challenges that comes with the cancer diagnosis, but out of those challenges, they are saying they are turning their pain into encouragement. They are turning their agony into a message of hope. Because right now we are told that statistics, breast cancer is the #1 incident, the most common cancer being diagnosed in Kenya right now. Of about 23% of cancer cases are from the breast, but no one is telling us about the survivorship rates, yet there are people who are surviving. So we are coming out to encourage people who are diagnosed with cancer, whichever form it is, that there is life after cancer, there is survivorship, and that's why they are painting the runway with smiles and hope and laughters. And in the room, we have caregivers, policymakers, healthcare practitioners, the patients themselves, and they're saying that we can turn the scars into stars.
My name is Mwende Mutiso. I am a stage 4 breast cancer survivor for almost a decade. So what does stars to scars mean to me? You know, it means redefining, unlearning and relearning the meaning of beauty. So I won the first season and I was 8 months pregnant at that time. So this was such a, a fulfilling event where you're come and championed by fellow survivors and supporters, So it really showed us even a different perspective in life. It's a really vibrant activity, and I hope all of you will join next time. It's really wonderful and fulfilling. Yeah.
Stakeholders also used the platform to remind government and partners of the urgent need to bridge the treatment and care gap for cancer patients and survivors in Kenya.
There's a very big chunk of challenges that they go through. One of the main ones is not having enough money, especially in the share package, for them to be able to have a complete treatment. We feel that the package currently of 400,000 is not enough, and we are having so many patients who are abandoning treatment midway, and you find that the outcome is not going down well.
We are saying that whatever the systems, whatever the government and the policymakers are telling us on paper, we should find the same on the ground. And the ground is where the 𝐊𝐶𝐞 is. Those are where these patients are. They are from the community. But when you go to the community, the reality is that many patients right now are abandoning treatment. They are abandoning treatment because they can no longer afford it. They can no longer afford it because the package that they are being given right now under universal health coverage, the social health insurance fund, is not able to sustain them throughout the treatment. So one of the systems that needs to be addressed, and we are happy we had a petition that was read on the floor of the House, and we are happy that the Health Committee in Parliament has taken this up, and we are keenly watching. We told them to the minimum, let the package go back to 1.2 million that NHIF gave, not the 400,000 that is currently there or the 550 that is currently there. So that is another system. Another system that is making cancer to be diagnosed late, because we are told that 70% of cancer diagnoses happen when it's already too late, when there are symptoms, when there is nothing much on curative agenda that can be done. We need to close the diagnosis gap. The diagnosis gap means that this patient should not travel for a very long distance to go and get diagnosis somewhere. And when they get there, they should find oncologists, they should find radiologists, they should find nurses, working radiology machines, a working system, so that they come out with a diagnosis. And when they come out with a diagnosis, that should be linked into care, because it is those systems that are failing. If we take, for example, the number of oncologists in the country are very few. The pathologists in the country, less than 100 against a population of 55 million. So such systems should be closed so that the burden is no longer on late diagnosis, because as it is, this country is not ready to handle late diagnosis. So we need to go back to ensure that there is prevention, there is early screening, and there is adequate support for survivorship in the country.
According to the World Health Organization (WHO), in 2022, an estimated 2.3 million women were diagnosed with breast cancer worldwide, with 670,000 deaths recorded.
The reality is that they are traveling long distance, and the saddest part is that sometimes when they travel and they reach those facilities, they find bottlenecks. We don't have so and so today, we don't have this reagent, we don't have this machine, we don't have this system. And then we are also calling on the clinicians to have a high suspicion index. We are having challenges, especially with the childhood cancers, which are being misdiagnosed. The lung cancers are being misdiagnosed as tuberculosis. Even the breast cancers, they're being told it is a lump or it is a boil or something, and then they go into surgeries or into antibiotics. So that high suspicion index has to work, and that's why when we pushed, 𝐂𝐚𝐧𝐲𝐚 pushed together with other policymakers to have regional cancer centers. We want each and every county to have what we call a comprehensive cancer center. Not only a building, but let the building have treatment, let the building have clinicians inside, let the building have patient navigators. And the best patient navigators are these people with lived experience, because if they hold your hand, they will know you will go here, you will need this, you will need that. So we need everyone to come on board to ensure that the bottleneck of diagnosis, because that is why we are diagnosing cancer late in the country, because of challenges in diagnostics. And when we diagnose them late, we are having challenges with survivorship. But there also needs to be support for those who are actually living. And then the country and the policymakers, all of us, should pay attention to cancer in this country.
Through events like Scars to Stars, survivors continue to remind the world that beyond the diagnosis, there is hope, healing, and life.